Las Vegas new home sales are up, but traffic is down, which tells us a lot about the market. Less buyers and motivated builders means better deals for serious buyers. Let's break down what that really means if you're looking for a new home in Las Vegas or Henderson. Welcome back to Invest with Jim, where you'll find real estate insights that no one else is sharing. My name is Jim Fong. I am a real estate agent and investor here in Las Vegas. Today, we're going to be digging into the data of new home sales for Q2 of 2025. Which builders are selling, where the traffic is, and what you need to know before making a move. So the highest price sale in Q2 was $2.9 million. The builder was Tri Pointe, and the property was a single family home in Lake Las Vegas. It was about 4,200 square feet. And the lowest price sale for new construction was a D.R. Horton, a townhouse, and it was in North Las Vegas, and the sale price was $309,000. It was about 1,100 square feet. So what does that tell me? Basically, wealthy people still have money, so they're able to buy these Lake Las Vegas homes for $3 million. But it also tells me that affordability is a factor, so that's why you see people buying new construction around $300K in North Las Vegas. But if you want something that's detached, like a single family home, most of those are gonna start at least in the 400s. Next, we're going to look at what areas had the most traffic and the most sales. The most traffic by area was in the Southwest, all right? Almost 32% of all visitors to new home communities were in the Southwest. Next up would be the Northwest with 25% of all the traffic. Finally, rounding out the top three is Henderson. They had about 21% of all the traffic. Overall, traffic is down from Q1. That means less people are out looking at homes, which makes sense to me because we're in a market right now where people are not just out looking at homes for fun, right? Because just a few years ago, I felt like it was a hobby of a lot of people. They would go look at model homes for fun, get design ideas or whatever. Or they might just drive around and stop in at open houses and just kind of casually look. It was a more fun time in real estate where people were just casually looking. Whereas now, with prices remaining high and interest rates remaining high, people are just less likely to go out and just look for fun because quite honestly, it's probably depressing, right? Because before it's like, oh, we can buy this house. Now it's like, what's the point in looking at stuff we can't afford? That's why I think traffic is down. The next data point we're going to look at is by area. Where were there the most sales? Number one, it's Henderson, with 28% of all new home sales happening in Henderson. The average range that these sales are happening in range from 400K to 600K. Second place, 24% of all new home sales happened in the Southwest, and that range was a little bigger with 300K up to 600K. And then finally, the Northwest had about 22% of all closings. The range for the Northwest was 400K up to 700K. So Henderson continues to dominate the mid-range market. Now let's revisit traffic by builder now. The builder with the most traffic was Pulte Homes with almost 8,700 visitors. Second was D.R. Horton, 5,300, and then KB rounds out the top three with 4,400 visitors. Now let's look at what builder had the most sales. Number one was Lennar in Q2 with 525 closings. Second was D.R. Horton with 420, and then Pulte rounds out the top three with 373 closings. Let's look into the cancellations. In Q2, Lennar had the most contracts with 626, but they also had the most cancellations with 101 cancellations. D.R. Horton had 458 contracts and 38 cancellations, and then Pulte had 442 contracts with 69 cancellations. So cancellations are creeping up, especially with Lennar. Something that you guys might not know is home builders usually will offer commissions to real estate agents who bring in qualified buyers and get into contract and buy a new home with them, all right? Lennar is one of those builders that definitely adjusts to the market a lot. When homes were selling very quickly and it was a seller's market and everyone wanted to buy a house, Lennar was one of those builders that did not pay real estate commissions to real estate agents during those hot times. Now, in our current market, Lennar is definitely paying commissions again. So that's a strong indicator to me that the market is in a buyer's market right now. And when sales are not great, you may as well incentivize and pay people that are bringing you customers, right? It makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look back now. Let's compare Q2 versus Q1. Sales are up with 3,228 closings on new construction homes in Q2. That's a big increase from the 2,700 closings in Q1. However, the interesting thing is the traffic is down right now. In Q1, there was over 40,000 visitors to new home construction sites. And in Q2, there was only 33,000. That's interesting for me because traffic traffic is down, but sales are up. I think that kind of goes along with the fact that people are not casually looking anymore just for fun. Buyers out there looking at these new home communities and visiting model homes are actually seriously trying to buy. If you are looking to buy a new home in Las Vegas or Henderson, you have an idea of generally what location you want to stay in. Maybe you don't know all the builders and you don't know all the products. Maybe you know the exact community you want to be in, but you just want a specific lot. Maybe you want a corner lot. Maybe you want a premium lot, perhaps with a view even, and you just don't know when that's going to be released. Maybe you want a good deal of some sort. When cancellations happen and builders have to put these homes back on the market, they usually will sell them at a discount because the previous buyer that was in escrow chose all the upgrades, all the finishings and stuff like that too. So they can't sell it at the normal retail price, so they want to sell it quickly because the house is pretty much done now. You'll probably get a really good deal on these quick move-ins, and I get direct access to that information. That's why it's important to work with an agent like myself, because I can keep track of this for you. You're busy living your own life. You don't have time to call the builders every week to check on these things, and they may not answer you. But if you work with an agent like myself, we'll keep you up to date on all those things, when the lot releases are, if there are any price adjustments, if there are any special incentives, or if there's any fallouts or quick move-ins with great incentives or pricing. That way you can know before it's released to the general public. Drop a comment, give me a call, or connect with me through my website. I've been able to connect with a lot of you here on YouTube. If you've been thinking about reaching out, I want you to know I'm not just trying to set you up on some auto emails where your inbox gets spammed with all these emails that don't pertain to you. We talk about your specific situation and come up with a personalized game plan for you. You'll only get emails and properties from me when it's something that my team and I personally pick out for you. If you're serious about buying a new home or resale, let's sit down face to face, whether it's in person or through Zoom, and let's go through your goals. We'll talk about ways that you can get an advantage in our current market. Like and subscribe, and share this to a friend who might also find this interesting. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.